I know my Pokimane videos don't do really well, or I'm late to the parties on these, but I had to talk about this as Poki is one of those people that just really annoys me. I think it's just the way she thinks everything should be given to her on a silver platter and that she should just literally walk away with absolutely everything. Either she slyly insults people or goes all in, and it just makes her look like one of those mean girls, which I've talked about previously. She likes to insult people as well.
When people are like, oh my god, $28 for cookies? It's 4 bags. That's $7 a bag. I know math is hard. Like, if you're a broke boy, just say so.
Anyway. Today we're talking about her cookie company that failed on day one, and yeah, she just has sheer arrogance. And she's trying to paint herself as the victim when her company was doomed straight away. Quickly looking back at it, Poki saw how other influencers were making things like Mr. Beast, KSI, Logan Paul, who launched Lunchly, KSI, and Logan Paul, who launched Prime, the D'Amelio family, who released snacks, etc., etc. So Poki thought, yeah, I can get in on that. And then, well, she dipped harder than anyone that I've seen so far. But the main thing is she insulted her audience, thinking that they would buy the product like without thinking about it. And when they called her out for the price, she just called them all broke.
Like, if you're a broke boy, just say so.
Ye tweeted this. Pokimane on why she stepped away from her cookie company. Unfortunately, did not go as we planned. Taught me what it means to be a CC is very diff from what it means to be a biz owner. Certain things most biz can get away with that you cannot do if you're creator backed.
Last but not least, the cookies company, which I launched like 2-3 years ago. Unfortunately, the launch for that did not go as we planned. Like, if you're a broke boy, just say so.
I hate it when influencers do this baby voice to try and get people on their side, like to make them think that they're innocent. It's just really fucked up. You're a grown woman, so use your girl boss voice and don't try and get people to side with you on your mistake. It's just so fucking infuriating. Also, why smile and try to laugh on this? You think that if this was a business as well as employing people, you would really want to take this seriously.
But let's go into the lesson right away. It taught me that what it means to be a content creator is very different from what it means to be a business owner.
Yes, there is a difference between being a business owner and being a content creator. Business owners really want to make money, where content creators want to generally just make content. You can do both in this day and age, but I am definitely sure that you can do both. Now, in a previous video, I talked about how she wasn't getting the amount of money that she was normally getting or subs. She made up a lie and said that she had to go off to a business meeting, that it was the wrong time, and she was glad she couldn't get into a game of Valiant. Here is that clip.
Guys, I thought my meeting was at 2. It's at 1, which means I'm 8 minutes late. I'm so sorry. Love you guys so much. I've got to depart. Thank God I didn't get into a Valorant game. I'll see you guys soon. Bye. See ya.
So to me, I would imagine that she knows how business works. But when you look at her Twitch channel, she doesn't stream every day. And by looking at her channel, you can clearly see that she takes quite a few days off in a row before coming back to obviously stream. So I can imagine that she can do both. She can run a company as well as still run all her socials. Now, also in this, she has the ability to market all of this sort of stuff. When you have 9 million subs, you could literally say, hey, go check out the cookies. You could have them on stream. You can do a lot. Like, I hate Logan Paul, but when he talks on his podcast or whatever, he always has Prime there. So why couldn't Poki do the same sort of thing? Social media is her thing. She knows exactly how to run it. So I'm sure she could market this so much better. But I do have a thought on this, and I'll explain this at the end of the video, so stick around, and why not subscribe as well?
There are certain things that most businesses can get away with that you cannot do if you are creator backed.
When I heard this, my main thought would be, why would you want to get away with things? This is really suspicious to me. She knows that if she got caught by either, say, not paying people correctly or the stolen cookies that she obviously did, allegedly, we've all seen it. If those cookies had an ingredient that wasn't sourced correctly, or that there was a sweatshop was to get exposed, then this would come back on her tenfold. Her name would be tied to it, and that would be extremely bad for her. Not only would the internet have a field day, but there would be a big chance that this would be in the media. If you remember, Mr. Beast, KSI, and Logan Paul all had Lunchables, and when people found that was mold actually in the food, and we saw it absolutely everywhere, this probably affected Mr. Beast and all the others for a little bit of time. Everything was picked up by the media. We saw like big websites that aren't focused on Twitch or streamer stuff actually report on this. And I generally think that if Poki was in the same sort of situation with whatever her cookie company, that she would absolutely break down because she wants this perfect image. She doesn't want a bad rep about her. It would absolutely destroy her.
So as soon as I realized, oh, maybe this isn't the right time for me to be the face of a product, I stepped away from the company and I let them just continue operating as they please. I didn't take any profits, though it was making money, but that would go straight to staff or other investments. And yeah, that was 2 or 3 years ago. I think they might have started winding down since then, but I haven't really had much involvement since the launch.
It just sounds so patronizing that she's like, the money that the company went to the people running it. Like she was doing them a favor. She was the face of the company and she didn't do anything about it after, which is really, really weird. Why would you do that? Why would you start a company when you're just going to leave day one? I generally think that, in short, that the backlash from her broke boy comment absolutely destroyed a few of this, and the vibes in her mind weren't that great. And then she was like, yeah, I'm completely out. If she didn't want to be the face of it, then why start it? It's really confusing. Why would you actually do this? Like, who thinks I'm going to spend money on a company and then just dip straight away? So I reckon that she just wanted the money from the brand that she could actually like sit back, but she was caught stealing from another company. But all she did was just up the price of it, and yeah, she wanted a quick buck and she wanted to scam people. I was watching a more Pegasus video and I found out that PokeStream isn't doing really well.
Now, turns out apparently her streaming career is not actually doing very well. I didn't really know this was happening, to be honest, because I don't really keep up with her at all, other than, you know, when drama comes up. But yeah, this kind of makes sense, because when's the last time you heard of a Pokimane stream?
The first moment she could, she on the working class saying, I know math is hard. It's $28 for 4 max. If you a broke boy, then say so.
W bro, he nailed the Poki accent.
And somebody exposed this months ago that her company wasn't even operating. I don't even know why she's bringing it up right now.
I do. Her numbers are at an all-time low and she's losing followers every stream. 758 subscribers? Those are like iDubbbz numbers. You can't even pay your rent with that.
And to be honest, I can understand why. All the stuff is coming out that she's not a nice person. She called people broke for no reason, expected special treatment like free stuff from companies because she's a girl. And for the tier 3 subs out there who are just giving their money to Poki, you know, I hate to break it to you, but it looks like she has a boyfriend who is, you know, could be her neighbor. But I think what's happening is that these tier 3 subs are just taking the money that they would normally give and just going to other people and finding them. And I think that's absolutely fine. Like, they don't want to spend their money on Poki anymore, and she absolutely hates it. But also, if you look at it, her content is just stealing other people's content, watching it on stream, sometimes not paying attention. It's a huge thing. She is just basically a content thief. I could understand the appeal at first, but then when people just get bored and move on, they want to see people doing other things, not just watching someone else watch MasterChef or TV episodes and just not really pay attention, or other people's hard work. Some people want to be entertained rather than watching other people leech off other people and not really do anything. So I saw a tweet by It's a Gundam and it says this. Yeah, once the photo shoots and announcements were done, the fun was over and she dipped. I really agree with this. In my mind, I can picture Poki thinking it's all going to be glamorous. Go out with dinner with the girls on the company's money, let other people come in and do the work they need to do, so she can come in for an hour, do absolutely nothing and just kind of walk away. It's just kind of sad down the line that this is her mentality. But I'm guessing she does think like this because all the fun stuff is done and she's afraid of hard work because she just can't really steal from people. Earlier, I mentioned that I had a thought on this. Kind of think after she called someone a broke boy for not wanting to buy her stolen cookies, that it actually sent a message to her. People saw what she was doing, and since she now had a bad image for this, she didn't want to continue. She stole someone else's cookies, tried to package them differently, and put up the price because she knew it would have her name on there. Since she couldn't get away with it, she stepped down and didn't talk about it, didn't do any promotion for it at all. And then she comes back wanting to talk about it, hoping that no one would remember because it had been a couple of years. There was a YouTuber that actually looked into the company. Poki couldn't hide it. The site didn't produce stuff, so of course no money was coming in whatsoever. Poki generally just didn't want to do the hard work. She thought that she would have more money coming in, but when no one was buying overpriced cookies, she just literally just gave up. But now we're years later and she's brought it up, she's laughing and being like, oh, I had no involvement, so it's not my fault, it's whoever is running this. So I think that if the company was making Mr. Beast money, then she would be all over it, sharing, talking about it. But since she failed, the company failed, then it's someone else's fault, not hers. I do think that if she hadn't called her audience, broke boys, then people would be buying it. She's a businesswoman. She knows what to do. So when she claims she didn't know the difference between a content creator and then being a business owner, I call this absolutely bullshit. All she had to do was come out and say, hey, I fucked up, rather than blaming other people for her mistakes. It feels like she didn't do enough research and people would buy her product all the time. Either way, it just shows you what sort of person she is. And I do think at some point, Poki will do something big, and I mean utterly massive, to get people talking about her so that they would go back and see her. It just seems like that's the thing that she would do. Because at the moment, everything that she does, she just wants people to talk about her, hence why I'm making the video, why other people have done loads of different videos as well. So I just generally think that she's going to do something big that is going to shock people. But what are your thoughts on this? Let me know down below in the comments and let's discuss. And while you're down there, why not hit the like button and subscribe, as I'm trying to reach 1K by the end of the year. And with that, I'll leave it here.